Okay, so winter has finally reached Western Canada here. And I don't know about you, but when it starts to snow, I definitely get the itch to do more rally racing rather than road racing in the simulator. So today, I'm going to show you some essential MOZA products for rally, and this could also be applied to drifting. First things first, you're probably going to want a round wheel. Now, if you're on the MOZA R5 or R3, you already have a round wheel, but it is a D-shaped round wheel. My preference is to get rid of that D shape on the wheel and get a full round wheel, and actually even a little bit bigger. My suggestion would be to go with the 12-inch round wheel. This works on both the ES and the ESX. Those come with the R5 and the R3 wheelbases respectively. It also comes with some paddle shifter extensions because the wheel is a little bit wider across than the other wheel. And a nice yellow center strip on there. If better yet, you can go with the MOZA CSV2. This is the wheel I use at home. This is also good for any type of motorsport because it has paddle shifters, it has hand clutches, it has a nice full-size diameter steering wheel on it. Very good quality. But my preference beyond all of those is actually this right here. This is the MOZA quick release. This has a 6x70 millimeter bolt pattern, and when it comes to rally racing, having no paddle shifters and no buttons in the way is actually my preference. This is actually the steering wheel out of my real world cars. This is a Momo Monte Carlo steering wheel. Momo steering wheels use that same 6x70 millimeter bolt pattern. There's many other brands that use that same bolt pattern as well. But for a dedicated rally or drifting simulator, I think that is the best route possible. Second best choice, going with something like the CSV2P. That will have you covered for any motorsport you want to do, but it also works very well for rally or drifting. Next is the shifters. First choice, most rally cars these days have a sequential shifter. The MOZA SGP sequential shifter is a fantastic product and perfect for quick upshift, downshift. It has a nice tactile feedback. One of the best sequential shifters on the market, especially at the price point. There's also a trigger here. This is good for jumping quickly to neutral. Some sims like R Factor 2 have a binding where you can quickly go to neutral and then downshift into reverse from there. It's also got two more buttons right here for my preference would probably be ignition and starter buttons maybe, but that's totally up to you. Not only is this good for rally racing and drifting, but if you're into the early 2000s GT cars, they all use a sequential shifter like that, or even older Indy cars, and there was a point where F1 would even use a shifter like that, so really good for all those use cases. If you're into more retro cars, maybe Group B rally cars or older, H pattern, this is the HGP H shifter. Very nice clunky shifter, 7 forward gears and 1 reverse gear. The 7th gear in reverse has a push-in lockout like many road cars would have. And then one upgrade that I definitely didn't have as high on the priority list as I should have is the HBP handbrake. I would always have a button mapped on my steering wheel for handbrake. Not ideal, especially on the lots of the tighter, twistier rally stages going up a mountain road, lots of switchbacks. That handbrake button is never where you're going to want it to be. So having a dedicated handbrake is absolutely necessary. You'll once you try it, you'll wish you had gone to it sooner. It helps so much. Anyways, let's go get the equipment mounted to our demo simulator. We're going to be mounting the handbrake today, the SGP sequential shifter, and we're going to use a generic round wheel with the MOZA quick release adapter. Okay, so we have it all set up here, our sequential shifter and our handbrake mounted. We're using the MOZA R9 wheelbase with the MOZA quick release with a Momo Monte Carlo steering wheel. Mounting is not totally ideal with these here. That's a little bit close between the handbrake and the shifter, but it was sort of a cobbled together shifter bracket that we made to do this product review. I have the default spring in the handbrake. I do actually prefer the heavier spring that it comes with, but just for simplicity, we're going to leave the default spring in there today. One thing that I was very surprised with this one, I didn't even have to remap the shifter controls. We had the KS wheel on here before, and that's button 13 and 14 from MOZA. When I plug this in, it outputs also button 13 and 14, so you don't even have to remap it to hook up the sequential shifter. There is a couple extra inputs on it, of course, but for today's purpose, we're driving the Toyota GR Yaris rally car on Rally Portugal. Hopefully I can drive it somewhat competently. This is in a settle course, so it's not a dedicated rally sim, but it's remarkably good for a mod. Challenging stage, no co-driver in a settle course rally, unless you use some mods, which we don't have set up today, unfortunately. So I've got a bit of a track map to help me find the corners coming up, but I'll do my best to stay on road without having a co-driver, but it's going to be challenging. All right, let's see what we can do. Short shifted it there a little bit, but we're on our way. The shifter itself has some nice mechanical clicks for upshifting and downshifting. And like I said, having it just work as the same button output as the paddle shifters is really nice. So you can quickly change between paddles and the sequential if you're doing multiple disciplines of motorsports in your sim. The handbrake has a couple different modes you can use, either as an axis to have more precise control of the pressure of your handbrake, or you can make it output as a button as well, and you can change the threshold of when that button activates. Definitely useful for some of the older racing titles that might not support an analog handbrake. If you're using the sequential or the handbrake on a MOZA R3, if you're playing on a console, playing on Xbox, they have a list of game compatibility for which sims will support these or not. You of course have to have them plugged into the back of your wheelbase if you're playing on console. There's a separate port for shifter and for handbrake. Not a lot of corners in this first half of the stage that really make use of that handbrake, but once we get to the tail end of the stage, there's going to be a little bit more. I think we're coming up to the really fast section of this rally, which is going to be a little bit daunting, not having the co-driver telling me what's coming up. Ooh, first of the jumps on this track. Not the big one though. Not that that wasn't a big jump. Managed to land that one. We'll see what happens when we get to the big jump. See if we can stick the landing and make it to the finish. Now we're into the really technical part of the stage here. This part's really challenging. Definitely getting close to the big jump here. Let's see if we can make the landing. Oh, I think I made it. Just a couple more corners to the line. And there we go. All right. Well, that's that. Definitely a big fan of the sequential shifter. Handbrake is a must for rally, and then of course a round wheel. But that's it. Thanks for watching, and all these products are available at Trax VR. We keep regular inventory of every item that's on this rig right now. R9 base, always popular. HPP handbrake, SGP sequential, and we always have lots of these quick releases in stock as well. Plus other round wheels if you want to use one wheel for more disciplines of motorsports. Anyways, thanks for watching. See you next time.